Hey y'all, this is Amanda and welcome back to my Texas Zone 8A garden, and today we are outside doing some actual gardening. We're going to be cleaning out a space in the front garden. We're going to be trimming back Panicle Hydrangeas, and we're going to be removing a mum and transplanting some sedum. Okay, here we are in the front of the garden. I still don't have my microphone working, so I'll be doing some voiceovers later on in the video. Right up front here, we have a lot of coleus, and I'll throw up a picture of what it looked like when it was all alive. We're going to trim that all back, and you can see my very confused daffodils already coming up. They're looking really good. Look, they already have buds. It's crazy. So I've got daffodils coming up. So we're going to clean out this section. And then I've got a mum back here that just isn't working in this location anymore. I'm going to go ahead and remove it. I also have a sedum right there. I forget which particular variety this one is. I think it's Autumn Joy. But I'm going to be transplanting that and moving that forward in the garden. It's going to come up into this area right here. And then I have two Limelight hydrangeas that I'm going to be pruning today. We're only pruning panicle and smooth hydrangeas at this point in the season because both of those are varieties that bloom off of new wood. And then once I've done all of that, I am going to lay some mulch across here, heavy and thick mulch towards the back. I deal with a lot of weeds back here, so I did purchase the mulch that has the Prune weed preventer in it, and so we're going to be adding that in. But let's go ahead and start trimming some things back, and we can chat more about panicle and smooth hydrangeas. So I got this area cleaned up. We cut back all the coleus. You can see the drift of daffodils coming across. They go all the way across and twist back in there. Looking really pretty. They're a wide variety. They're like a mix that I got from Aldi's a couple of years ago, and they have just continued to increase. These were all single bulbs, and you can see that they're all putting off lots of stalks. Probably in the next year or so, I probably need to divide out, but they're looking really good and they've naturalized in the spot. I also removed this mum. Basically, the hydrangeas have gotten so big, and I've started planting larger things here that it was just hidden back there. It was looking raggedy, didn't look good. I just pulled it up. And then over here I had sedum. It was originally one sedum plant, but it looks like perhaps it started a second one. So I ended up digging up both of them, and I've got them both right here. Let me see if I can get that to, there you go. And I got them both right here up towards the front, which I think will look a lot better because they were hidden back here. You can really see them. And these are absolutely beautiful, especially during the summer. These look really good. And so I love having them a little bit forward now. And then maybe I'll pay attention to them. And I think they'll get a little bit more sun. So I do think they'll do even better here in this space. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop over to the Limelight hydrangeas. I've got 2 of them. In hindsight, I definitely planted them too close together, but I'm not going back down. So this is it, they're staying here. I love them here. My son's window's right there, he loves them there. And so I'm gonna start by pruning everything back. Let me get a close up so you guys can see how you go about pruning these Panicle hydrangeas. I put together a few tips about Panicle hydrangeas. They bloom off of new growth each season, so you don't have to stress about pruning them in the spring. And they're one of the easier hydrangeas to grow in my opinion, just because they do well with some sun. Since they bloom off new growth, you don't have to be as finicky about the pruning. They're just a lot easier. They do not change color due to soil acidity. So if your soil is really acidic or not, it does not affect the overall color of the Panicle hydrangea. They do well with the sun. They can take some really strong sun, and they tend to have reddish, woody, sturdy stems, which I actually really love for arranging. And then I've listed a few varieties at the bottom for your reference. Here's a little bit of information about smooth hydrangeas. I don't happen to grow smooth hydrangeas, but this is the other variety that you can prune in the spring because it does bloom off of new growth. These are said to be an easier hydrangea to grow in that they can tolerate a little bit of sun. They're cold hardy, and the pruning obviously is much easier to approach since you can prune in the spring. They do have green, flexible, soft stems, which are in contrast to the Panicle hydrangea, and I did list some additional varieties down low for you to reference. Now, since Panicle hydrangeas bloom off of new wood, you can cut these back pretty good. I have some people who don't cut till February, but these will actually be fine in my opinion. You want to look for branches that are going the wrong way. First off, like this one right here is kind of going down. It's kind of awkward, so we'll pull that off. I've got some branches right here that are crossing. So I'm going to cut that off. I would like my hydrangeas start growing up a little taller, and I want less lower branches. So I'm going to cut some of these lower branches off just to kind of clean it up around the base. I don't want all of this going on over here. I really want it to start growing into more of a tree form. And so this is going to look drastic. I'm going to take this big guy off right here. But I don't like the direction that that branch is going off horizontally, parallel to the ground. Let me see. Let me get a few more of these down here. I'm just going to clean up, almost creating a trunk at the lower portion of this hydrangea. And the reason I'm doing that is, like I said, I want it to kind of start going into more of a tree-like form. All right, once I've done that, I'm going to look for any weak branches I see that aren't really doing much, small skinny branches, anything that might look dead. And you can usually kind of just pull those branches off with your fingers. Take this section off right there. This section. Okay, at this point you totally could stop. I don't want my hydrangeas to get giant. So on a lot of these sections, you're gonna see some little buds. Let me get close up so you can get a better look at that. Okay, so you can see these tiny little swells. They're about every 2 inches along here. And what you wanna do is wherever you cut, wherever there's a swell, you can cut above it and it will produce additional branches off of that. So if you're wanting to keep your hydrangea shorter, we wanna cut down lower down here. And so I don't want mine to get really big, so I'm going to look basically for a set of buds right there. I'm going to cut above it to remove it. I'm going to do that same thing in lots of places. You can cut drastically You can not cut it all if you wish. You don't have to prune your hydrangeas if you don't want to. I do suggest doing it every few years. But I'm just coming right in, see bud, bud, bud. I'm gonna go ahead and cut above a bud, just directly above it. I did notice these while I was out today. Hellebore coming up. So pretty. Look at all those. This one variety is Ice and Roses. Super pretty. And I saw one over here too. Look at that guy. Down there, I believe these are Merlin. So pretty. This guy over here is Black Diamond, but I don't see any blooms on it yet. And then I have another variety over here. Oh, this one is Merlin. And I don't see any blooms on it yet either. Still really pretty. Right here, I'm just using the hoe to knock off the top parts of the weed, so it's just left with the roots. A lot of times that's enough to, you know, get rid of these weeds, especially if you're gonna put a lot of mulch on top. Once I've done that, I'll layer up the mulch. I am going for 3 inches at least on the areas where I have lots of weeds. Up real nice. It looks pretty harsh on the hydrangeas here. Trust me, they'll be fine. I don't feel like Limelights, like you can totally destroy them. As long as they have, you know, a good amount of sunlight. They do like sunlight. And as long as you, you know, prune them every few years at least. Make sure they have well-drained soil. plenty of water during the hot times. It'll be in good shape. I struggle with spider mites really bad on my Limelight hydrangeas, so it'll be interesting trying to deal with that. And maybe I'll talk to you guys about that and what I'm going to try this next year. This whiteness on the mulch is just the mulch is decomposing. I've had it on the side of the house for a few months. But it looks really, really nice. I moved the sedum. I like the sedum up front here. I think it's going to show up a lot better. Okay, all done. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. These are just some things that you can get out in your yard and do. I don't suggest cutting back a bunch of your perennials, immediately. The coleus are annuals for me, so that's no big deal pulling them up and laying some mulch out in that area where I struggle with weeds. I use the hoe to kind of break off the weeds at the base before I put the mulch on, so hopefully that'll help out some. It's just been a constant battle for me, and we'll see if that gets better. And then got those hydrangeas pruned, I got the mum removed, and I got the sedum transplanted, so we're in good shape. All right, you guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. You can also catch up with me on TikTok community page. I just got that started and going. I try to post almost every day there. I had a lot of subscribers say that they don't have a social media platform and they prefer to communicate through the community tab. So you can go to my channel, click on the community tab, and stuff I've posted in the community tab is stuff I don't post in any other social media platform. So that's all original stuff. And then I am also on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram if you want to check those out. That's a lot of videos, reels, fun stuff like that. So as always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.